whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. So also tell us your name and mention that you're a recent graduate.
Okay.
Okay. So, Lindsay, please tell us your name and where you just graduated from.
So my name is Lindsay Benjamin, and I just graduated from the University of Maryland.
Can you tell us what your major was prior to joining Breakthrough?
And actually, if you can, I know it's awareness close together, but project, it's a
little
easier
louder?
for me. Yeah,
Okay.
it's easier for me then to sort of like, there's just like a little bit of a buzz.
Cool.
Like,
Should we do that again?
No, I think we're fine. I think
Okay.
if we start now, it'll be fine.
Okay.
What was your major prior to joining Breakthrough? And just say what your major is.
So I am a psychology major at the University of Maryland with a Spanish minor, but I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to utilize that in a future career.
Okay. And how did your Breakthrough experience change your perception of teaching?
Great. So when I walked into the Breakthrough training 2 summers ago, my first summer as a teaching fellow, I had no idea what to expect because I never had any formal education about teaching. And I was so shocked to find that on one of the first days, they actually had a diagram of a brain that they put in front of us and started explaining all of these theories that I discussed in psychology courses about the social and the emotional and cognitive aspects of the student mind. And that's when I realized that teaching was just so much more than explaining specific concepts and talking about math or writing or history, but it's really understanding the mind of your student. And that's when I realized how important that field really is.
In what ways has Breakthrough prepared you to be a good teacher?
I think that beyond all of the information that I learned in the orientation sessions about classroom management, about how to connect with students, the greatest gift Breakthrough gave me was really giving me the opportunity to just step inside that classroom and actually have an experience with teaching, because I think in a lot of programs, especially in kind of the college setting, people don't have the opportunity to really do that. And I think the best way to learn about the teaching profession is to really do it. And so I cannot even begin to explain how much I gained just by having that hands-on experience.
In what ways does Breakthrough support teachers while they're going through that learning process, when they're new in the classroom?
Sure. So I think one of the greatest ways I felt supported was by the constant check-ins, whether it was with my supervisor, the site manager, and they really were concerned not just with how you were doing in the classroom, but your personal growth. And I think it was another great part of it was having an instructional coach who is a professional in the field. So I had the same instructional coach for 2 summers where she actually had the opportunity to come and observe my lessons and gave me feedback. And that feedback was so vital. And I think there are times when I would go out of a lesson and feel that I had just completely failed the students and I just wasn't doing as well as I could be doing. But she was always there to remind me of a couple things that I did right, which was just such, I think, a needed experience for me. And in addition to that, she would always give me specific tips after every lesson about how I could improve. So I guess just that really individual support is something that I don't think a lot of programs have to the level that Breakthrough has. And it was just super helpful for me as someone who never experienced teaching before at all.
Great. Can you tell me how you think the fact that when you were teaching, talk about the impact that being a college student yourself has on your relationship with students in the classroom, and whether you feel there's some sort of connection that makes college seem more achievable for our students, many of whom are first generation?
Definitely. So I think that beyond just having that presence of someone in college there, the fact that the teachers are younger makes it so much easier for them to connect with students, in the sense that whether it's about popular culture or things, they have a better understanding of where the students are at. being young. But beyond that, I think that being in college, they really can provide the students with almost an inside view of what the college experience is like. And I know that in my class, for instance, every day I would have different facts about my college. So I go to the University of Maryland, and there was one day towards the end of the summer where I just opened up the floor of my classroom for questions about my experience in college, and you could tell that they never really had that before, and some of them never even saw a picture of a college campus before. So just having those discussions with students, I think, is really kind of vital, and it allows them to get a better picture of what college really is.
And one last question that's just for you, because I know a little bit about your experience. Can you talk a little bit about the role that teaching fellows play once the summer is over in the lives of students?
Sure. So probably my favorite part of the Breakthrough program is the fact that we're allowed to be mentors to the students, and they really stress the importance of that mentorship. So not only do you have students in your classroom, but you also have a group that you're responsible to be their mentor for both social, academic, and kind of all matters. And so I've had such the great opportunity of being able to continue my relationships with a lot of students. And so one student in particular was very interested in writing and in poetry, and I saw a lot of talent in her. And so even beyond the summer, after the summer ended, I would continue to encourage her to apply to different poetry contests in the area. And she ended up doing it after I nudged her a lot about applying, and she ended up getting published. So that was kind of great to see how her talent came to fruition. I've also text students all the time. I'll get FaceTime from students asking me about college. I've given them virtual tours of my campus, and it's just really great kind of to have those connections with students, and they've taught me more than I could ever have imagined. So that's probably my favorite part of the Breakthrough program.
Great. And I'm going to ask one last question. I know we're short on time, but I'm wondering if you can imagine an expanded role that Breakthrough might assume as an organization to better ensure that our students are successful in college. Is there anything else we could do even after high school?
I think one potential idea could be to continue the mentorship of alumni teaching fellows, but through the students' college careers. So I know a lot of teaching fellows who really want to continue their connection to Breakthrough and to the students, but don't know how. And I know right now there is a program that we're working on to do that throughout the high school experience, to have the summer teachers be mentors for the students during their school year high school experience. But I think maybe eventually it would be great to have that during college, where, because I think if they had just a support system like that someone who was their previous teacher, and maybe they could do check-ins every month through phone or through Skype about their personal growth, about how their classes are doing, and maybe then they could be the liaisons between the Breakthrough administration and the students.
Great.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
You're so articulate. I wish I had more questions for you.
I feel like some of them
No, this has been great.
So coming in to Breakthrough 2 summers ago, I really had no intention of becoming a teacher. As a psychology major, I was very interested in neuropsychology and brain science and things like that. So I saw this as a challenging opportunity, but I didn't think it would define my career path. But probably even a couple days into the program, I just completely fell in love with the teaching profession. And I think just little moments that I had with the students every single day kind of showed me that that was definitely the career path for me. Whether it was reading their poetry or leading hands-on activities with them or taking them to the Franklin Institute for my psychology club, I just kind of felt a continuous fire throughout the summer. And so I have decided that I do want to pursue teaching as a career, and I hope to teach in an urban environment for a good chunk of my time, and then maybe eventually go into education policy, but I definitely want to start in the classroom. So, and that's because of Breakthrough.
Great.
And Slick One, if you dressed up today, I need you to go. If you're a Slick 3 and you dressed up, I need you to go. Go.
Let's get a lady. Sally Blanca.
The bus driver ordered her.
Use that teacher voice.
The teacher.
Maturity and leadership these past few days. This one is for Jonathan.
We're gonna capitalize Slick 3.
I believe the best hip hop artist of all time is Mr. Brown. Thank you very much.
We're alive. Mr. Cole.
I'll be myself. Everybody, 100%, everybody needs to dress for success.
Alright, 8th grade, please come in. The do now is on the chalkboard. I want you to get out your homework from last night and review your paragraphs so that we're all ready to perform them for the rest of the period. Hi. Hi, James. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Hi, Riley. Hi, Sydney. Hi. Closer. How are you today? I know. I get all three from you. Thank you, Charlotte, for getting out your homework from last night. Wait, they didn't write it. They wrote it together?
No, she don't want to bring her here.
Please.
I'm just saying.
Where's your homework? Let's practice.
I'm just saying, like, mine where I'm going.
It's just supposed to be about the American dream. There's no plot to it. I'm just describing his character. It's like an inner dialogue. It's a monologue. And what I want you all to be taking notes on or thinking about as you watch your classmates perform today is how this theme of the American dream, the most prevalent theme in Of Mice and Men, is depicted, is symbolized, is kind of shown through the characters. Your Curly's white. You are Crooks. You are Candy. Forstina. So that's our objective and our purpose for today. Who would like to start off? Jade, I saw your hand first. Let's all give Jade a warm welcome. What's up, Crooks?
My American dream is to be treated like everyone else. Like the people live with red houses and white picket fences.